Storytelling and artwork are at the core of Indigenous culture. But some people say limited representation remains an issue. Jessica Brown, an award-winning Inuk filmmaker, says more people are now listening to Indigenous voices, but things were different in the past.
I first did a mentorship program on a television series, and I noticed that I was often the only Indigenous person on set. Females in the television industry represent a very low number. And when you look at Indigenous people, that number is even more low, as the film industry seems to be getting busier and busier, and it's really growing.
She also explains how Indigenous people need to tell their own stories to avoid stereotypes.
I try to add Indigenous sovereignty, especially I have a television series in development right now. So it's actually Indigenous narrative based in Labrador. And I thought it was important to have Indigenous voices helping me to write it and also review it and make sure that it's culturally appropriate and accurate.
Megan McNeill, an Inuk designer and writer, feels keeping her culture alive through artwork is the best remedy.
There's a lot that I don't know about my culture because it was taken away. So right now, I'm on a path where I'm very, very determined not to let my culture die. So I'm learning as much as I can. And that's how I'm going to heal. And I'm going to heal through art because that's the best way to heal.
Despite their positive approach, two problems still exist: lack of diversity and loss of language.
We often see a white male working behind the lens or in front of the camera, and I think there's a lot of room for improvement in that regard.
I think it would be good if there was more of our language involved in Inuktitut. There's not a lot spoken anymore. It's becoming a lost language. So I'm currently working on this children's program, as I mentioned earlier, and I plan on using a lot of Inuktitut in it, to help teach children, keep that piece of us alive because it's a dying language.
For Kicker, I'm Ariana Gomez.